What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Judith Plains Montana. I hope everybody's doing well. This is the $10 million challenge. In this episode, we got really not a lot to do. We knocked out a lot of things in the last episode. Took care of the barley, took care of the canola, planted the cotton, did a lot of good things. Right now, I'm actually delivering the canola to the oil plant. And while we're doing this, I wanted to go ahead. We're getting a lot of new viewers. So I wanted to go ahead and take a moment to remind everybody of the challenge. So the very basic overlay of the challenge is to make $10 million in 1 year. That's our challenge. And so I cannot use any generators, any mods like government subsidies, or anything that would benefit financially. And so therefore I can't have 20 windmills and then boom, I have $10 million. I've seen a couple videos like that. I'm not a fan of that. So I wanted to do a dedicated $10 million challenge in 1 year. So our profit from everything that we get from productions, from animals, from whatever, all of our income. Once this on time saving stock check, if it hits $10 million for the 1 year, or we make it as a collective. So right now we have $691,000. If we did that for 3 months, 3 or 4 months, whatever, however many months that would actually take to get to that point. So there's 12 months in a year. If I made $1 million per month, that's $12 million. So I need to make just under $1 million per month in order for this challenge to be complete, if that makes sense. So it doesn't matter how we get it, as long as we're not using any generators. And as long as it adds up to $10 million in 1 single year, which I think is very much able to be done on this map. Riverbend Springs had me kind of sketched out. That's where this series started, was on Riverbend Springs. And I enjoyed Riverbend Springs. I actually very much enjoy that map. However, I just didn't see the potential for $10 million in 1 year on that map because of how small fields were, the productions. We could have done all the productions, and I don't think we would have and capped them out as far as, making sure they're running every single day of the year. I really didn't think that we would be able to add up to $10 million. And so at least with this one, we have a few extra productions that we can do. For example, pizza and the beers and the whiskey, and everything, all the productions actually have a greater value that you can have inside the production. So for example, the dairy, okay? On Riverbend Springs, I think stock was, for buffalo milk, was like 10,000 liters of buffalo milk. I don't even think it's that much, actually. And I think it might be $8,000. But nonetheless, on this map, the max is actually, for buffalo milk alone, is 150,000 liters. And I think the cycles per month are either the same or just over that of the stock productions. So that's why I saw more value in their fields. These fields are massive. I mean, we had 4 fields and we had exactly what we needed for the exact same amount of acreage in Riverbend Springs. Now we have it here, just in 4 fields alone. I don't know why I decided to try and turn there, but I did. I even pressed the button. I almost flew off the bridge and into the train yard. But yeah, that's the basis of the $10 million challenge. I just wanted to reiterate for anybody who continues to watch who may have forgotten what we were going for, and also our new viewers. I wanted to make sure y'all had a good grasp on what the challenge is. So Judith Plains so far is very nice. Like it a lot. We're going to go ahead and get this oil plant going, or canola. 74,000 liters is what we ended up with in canola. I did finish it off camera. It is all done. And I also went ahead and picked up all of the straw bales as well. I also went ahead and moved over the barley to the chickens. That way the chickens are fed 80,000 liters worth. I don't think we have any more. Yeah, we have like 1,000 liters left. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and plant some cotton. We're gonna plant some corn into the barley field that we had, and we're gonna use that as silage. We're gonna take the barley and plant it into the old canola field. Hopefully we have enough canola to last us for a little while. We shouldn't need any more cotton planting or canola planting. I don't know why I keep saying cotton. But canola planting is in July, or in August and September, but we can do it in April and May as a crop rotation type deal. Or we put, let's see, when is our cotton able to be harvested? Our cotton is able to be harvested in October. So what we could do is harvest the cotton, and then in April, plant the canola in that higher yielding field, and we should get a lot more yield and a lot more, just a lot more canola out of it. Yeah, I think that's what we can do. We can put barley in the field that had canola in it, and we'll get a higher yield of barley. The corn, we only need silage, so we don't really need all that big of a field. I think that might work out the best. We're gonna try that, see how it goes. Hopefully it goes well. Hopefully it goes well. But we need to get TMR going. So we have the straw in the TMR. We need to get this silage over to that as well. So we're gonna actually change this. This is what I like about Judith Plains too, is the fermenting silo that's on all these pre-built farms. You can distribute to the TMR production. And then the hay ventilation also does the same thing. So we're going to go ahead and take this hay. We're going to go ahead and put it on distributing. Same with the silage, the fermenting silo. What's going to happen is once it turns 2 o'clock, because it's already 1:30. Once it turns 2 o'clock, all of that we have in stock is going to go straight to that TMR production, and we're going to be making TMR. And at that point, the water buffalo are going to be doing really well. So we're going to grab our Kinsey planter because we do not have to cultivate, and we're going to go ahead and put corn in the ground. After that, we're going to cultivate the canola field so that way we can put barley in it later on. All right, we're at the field. We got the corn selected, liquid fertilizer is refilled. We're gonna go ahead and get this going. For my subscribers out there, are y'all liking the Supercut series? My new viewers, I would like to know from you guys as well. I like doing the supercuts. They are pretty long, because all I do is I take those episodes 1 through 10 or 11 through 20 for every 10 episodes and batch them all together. Would y'all rather see 5 videos instead of 10, or would y'all rather keep the 10? I'm kind of considering 5. Let me know what y'all think. Because I don't mind doing the 10. I just want to make sure that you guys are having an enjoyable experience when you are watching it. But we're going to get this corn in. After that, we're going to cultivate the canola field. And then we might move on to... well, actually, we could probably plant this. On second thought, yeah, we can plant the corn. And then we can move on to July, harvest our wheat, and have a worker take care of the cultivating for the canola field. I think that's what we can do. This is the last month to plant corn, so we have to get this in the ground in order for us to have silage. Because we're going to do something with that grass field. I just don't know what to do yet. We are going to harvest it again. I'll probably end up doing that off camera because the first 2 videos, I think, of this, of Judith Plains was just straight grass work. So I think I'll do that off camera, but we'll get it harvested, get it into the hay ventilation, and make hay. And then after that, we'll see what crops we can use. We might do soybeans. Get some quick cash, because we need some. We need to get another production. Gotta be more careful on my turnarounds. I ruined a little bit of the cotton field right there, and then I ruined the upper corner of the wheat field too. Because Riverbend Springs we didn't have crop destruction on, and so I'm kind of used to that. So now we have crop destruction on. It's a whole nother thing that I gotta get used to. So we're going to press on to July. And we'll have weeding to do, we'll have cultivating to do, and we'll have harvesting to do. So pretty much everything in this episode. Planting, cultivating, weeding, harvesting. Pretty much everything. Y'all are getting a little bit of everything. Which is kind of cool. Y'all ain't going to see much of the weeding or the cultivations, but everything else y'all see. The harvesting. Y'all see the harvesting and the planting. But nonetheless, I gotta stop running into that building. But it's not gonna happen. I think this farm was great for the fields, but just I think it was too tight for what our operation was gonna be. So we might end up cutting into that back area, that back wooded area. I hope that we own it. I don't know if we actually do or not. So, because we are going to cut up those trees eventually. I need to install the lumberjack mod. I need to reinstall that. So that way we can cut down these trees and then just not have to deal with it. Yeah, this right here. We could get this done and then leveled out. And we'd have an extra place to put either productions or extra sheds for our equipment that we're going to have. At some point we're going to do spinach, just like in the last series. Oh, we have a tornado coming. Because this is hail. And then in the forecast there is literal tornadoes. I hope that it doesn't hit our wheat. I hope the hail doesn't damage it neither. We were just about to harvest that. We're a day late. Let's fast forward. Let's see this tornado. Make sure it doesn't hit our farm. That hail is crazy. Look at that. It's definitely damaging the wheat. 100%. There is so much hail. Alright, we got the tornado. Let's find it. It should be on the map. If not, we just gotta give it a little bit of time. I'm not seeing it, which is a good thing. So let's fast forward a little bit more. Usually it's at like 5:30, like the 30-minute mark for a tornado. Yep, there it is. Oh, it's close. Here's ours, and there's a tornado. And it looks like it's heading elsewhere. So let's hop into flight mode. Let's go see this thing. Is it heading towards us? That's what matters. And we can't tell unless we speed up time. It's heading away from our farm. That's a close one. Because look at that crop damage down there. I don't even know whose field this is. Katie's. And it's sorghum. Oh man. That would be devastating if one of these hit our fields. Like this. Absolutely devastating. Alright, now that we know that the tornado is not going to hit our property, we're going to go ahead and press on to July. Okay, we are in July. We're going to go ahead and get the worker going on the cultivating. And then we're going to go straight into the harvest. We also need to get a worker. No, we can only do one thing at a time, so. Because we need the other tractor for the cart. Yeah, we have to put this big boy tractor on the cultivator. And then we can use the case for the auger wagon. I think it just has a little bit of trouble, but nothing crazy. Because it has the same horsepower as the 8Rs. And the 8Rs, they pulled some really hefty loads in. Alright, we are all hooked up and we are now wheat harvesting. We do have, we are going to enable a straw. We need a lot more. We only ended up with 240 something thousand liters of straw, which will not last us very long. We are getting 120% yield on this right now. So I think most of this field is loam. And so I think we're going to be just fine as far as flour goes for bread. Which is fantastic. And I'm telling you, these next couple episodes, like I said in the last episode, these next few episodes, we're going to get moving and we're going to be catching up from Riverbend Springs real quick. And then once we're caught up, it's just progression from there. So. that is it for the wheat harvest. We are all done. We're going to go ahead and we have a full semi-load plus another 14,000 in the auger wagon, plus another 3,000 in this. So we have about 94, almost 100,000 liters of wheat in this from this one field, which is incredible. So we're gonna hop over to the semi, and we're gonna find out where this grain mill is right quick. Let's see, flour mill, excuse me. Bag to place. And it is in the same place that the canola is. Perfect. We are going to go ahead and get this worker set up. Get them on the cornfield on weeding. And then right after that, we're going to head down to the grain mill, or the flour mill, excuse me, and dump out our wheat. After that, I think we'll get going on mowing, I think. Because I don't think we have anything else to do. I think we're good on everything else. You know, it's funny, the wheat didn't get damaged from the hail, from that tornado, but the grass did. See this? pH is horrible in this field. But yeah, the hail did a lot of damage, maybe flooding. Did a little bit of damage. I don't know if there's any other spots in the field, but we're supposed to get about 100% yield out of this, so that's fine. I mean, I'm not too crazy about grass yield. It yields high either way, so. We have arrived at the flour mill, really. Wheat factory, flour mill, whatever you want to call it. And here is our first full load of wheat going into flour mill. We're going to go ahead and get it started immediately. And I don't know. I think we can go ahead and put it on. I think we could go ahead and put it on distribute because we don't have anything else that takes flour other than the bakery. Now, when we buy pizza, that's going to be a whole different ballgame. I don't know if we can have it on distributing or not. So let's find that flour mill. There it is. And for wheat, it can hold 1.2 million liters. Phenomenal. I love it. All right, activate that. And I don't... Yeah, that's good. Yeah, we're good. So for canola, we already have 162 liters. Probably a full pallet, I'm sure. Because there's 58,000 left. We had 72,000 in there, so yeah, it's quick. It goes quick. So I think once we get enough fields to keep things running smooth, we'll be more than able to hit that $10 million. Life's good in Farming Simulator. So far, so good. If imagine if a real farmer was making that kind of money on a yearly basis. Insane. I can't even fathom that, honestly. All right, we are back at the farm. It looked like the worker was getting along real well. So I was thinking maybe we go ahead and actually do another straw bale time lapse here, but I don't know. I don't want to go ahead and bale the straw and then go ahead and have a worker do the mowing. However, we only have $35,000. So I think the worker, after the worker's done with the weeding, we really can't do any more workers until we start having an income, because right now we have no income. So I'm going to double check the dry corn. We're going to put this wheat into the grain mill for now, or into the silo for now. I'll probably either get it transferred over to the wheat later on, or it'll be used as like a backup. One of the two. But I want to make sure that the time-saving stock check is right on corn. It says the top is January, but I thought this said in like July or later on. Okay. Yeah, it says it peaks. Dry corn peaks in December at 1100. But what doesn't make sense is that the Agricor Montana is 1527, but the time-saving stock check says it peaks at 1900. So my question is, do we risk it and trust time-saving stock check? Or do we go ahead and sell? Because right now, if we sold, we'd get $200,000. But if we wait, we get $246,000, which will be a $40,000 difference. I think we risk it. I think we go ahead and see if this time-saving stock check holds out. And we'll go from there. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. All right. The worker is all done with the weeding over in the cornfield. We're going ahead and getting started on the grass. The yield isn't going to be near as good as like the first one or the second one, but I think it's going to be just fine either way. Lower, please. Hit the control lower. There we go. All right. Getting started on the grass. So I did notice a post on Facebook earlier, and it was DJ Goham. He said that we have 3 weeks, just 3 more weeks until island release. I am very excited. I hope to get a video out the following day, but to be determined based on game launch and if there's any crashes or anything like that. I'm usually not too hopeful when it comes to game launches. I usually have a terrible experience on launch. So, but hopefully everything goes smooth, and I hope Giants has a really good release. And I hope we have a good time on release as well. What we'll end up doing is we'll probably end up making a single video for just straight fishing, testing out fishing, seeing how that system is, and then we'll start a Let's Play series after that. I think that's what we're going to do. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, if you watched up to this point, make sure you hit that subscribe button for me. It tells me that you really enjoy this content and that you want to see more of it. And it also tells me that I'm actually making content that people want to watch. So it also helps YouTube push out to viewers like you who want to see this content as well. So hit that subscribe button for me. It helps me, helps you, helps YouTube. It's fantastic. The best part is it's free. But we're going to get this mowing done, and I will see y'all here in a little bit. Alright, looks like we only got a couple more up and downs. I think this is about time to end it here. I'm going to finish these couple rows up right quick off camera. But either way, if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. Really tells me that you enjoy this video. Also, if you enjoy the content, if you enjoy this series, and you want to see more of this series and get notified every time I post a video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. And as always, thank you guys for watching. I greatly appreciate it. I hope y'all have a good one, and I'll catch you in the next one.